This is my sunchoke bed. This is where I have Jerusalem artichokes, the first year I planted them, all throughout here. I'm about to dig some of these up. It's harvest time. Now, sunchokes you can leave in the ground all year long and they're just fine. That's how they store. You can store them in other ways once you dig them up. What I'm doing here today is showing you what I'd like to share with you. What we're doing is fundraising for Granny Moreno to help her out. I am willing to dig these up and put together with these a few other things and go on a little short trip. Well, rather a long trip for me, but a short trip for you. Are you a YouTuber? Are you a shed warrior? Are you somebody that just loves to watch? Well, I'm going to be taking a trip if I can generate enough interest in some of this, and I'll show you a little bit about what I'm talking about. I'd like to meet you and share these out. Now, it's we're taking donations for Granny Moreno, so that's what this is about. Let me get right on into this. Here's a tip for you. These sunchokes get really tall, and when they die back, they're kind of ugly. Now, one thing that you can do to help manage your harvest that stays under the ground until you need them, if that's the way you want to do it, is to come in here and where the stalk is, right, just clip that off. Just prune it back. What you're left with is this stub here. This is an indicator, you know, for you on top of the ground as to where all of your bounty is, right? So I know right there, I've got a whole bunch of tubers up under here. Now I want to thank Arkansas Woodcutter for that tip. We were talking the other day and he told me that's what he was planning to do. I shared some with him earlier in the spring and he's grown quite a few of them. And that's his tip. I said, man, I'm going to share that with people. I hope you don't mind. He'll probably do the same thing. But that is a wonderful tip. Arkansas, I appreciate that, buddy. I'm going to have several of these that I don't dig up. And the ones that I don't, it's going to be right here. I am going to try to make this a shorter video. Amongst the things I'll be bringing out on this tour, if we can generate enough interest, are my strawberry plants. I have got a bunch of them. This is, I've got a whole bunch of these scattered around everywhere. And they're looking for a good home. These little things are heirlooms. Heirloom, they get about the size of a golf ball. I'm trying to make this a short video, so I'm talking faster and, you know, bear with me. The ground is kind of wet, and this bed is very loose soil. Let me see what I can get that just pulls up out of the ground by this here convenient handle. Oh, there's one popped up right there. Sunchokes are an amazing food. They're very tough, very hardy plant to grow very well with very little help from anybody. That's a rotten one. Look at that. The sunchoke that I planted here in this place was just a tiny little chunk of one of these. Wonderful food right here. A lot of the things that I have here are hard to find. And many seed warehouses are out of stock. And availability of these things that I've got is in question through normal methods. I'll tell you more. Somebody had also asked me how thick the stalks are. A couple of people. There's a quarter for comparison. This one here is a little smaller than a quarter. That one over there is a little bigger. And this is what I've uncovered so far. There's still more. Let's see here. There's one down here I haven't dug up yet. There's one over there. There's a lot of this. They're kind of intermingled. There's the size of a quarter for scale of what you're looking at. This is one I've dug up. And there's a quarter. That's a whole lot of food sitting there. sit there and reproduce after their own kind. They're hard to find. Now, I said I was going to be sharing you sunchokes, but you can't have my worms. All right, I've dug out this hole, and this, now there's some over here, there's some right around the edges, but we're going to say that those are associated to the other ones. Here's that quarter, and that's about what I got there. A lot of great stuff. It's my first year growing these sunchokes. There'll be ways to optimize your harvest, but there's a look at one plant, an average. Here's the second one I've unearthed. This one was a really tall one. This one is the one I measured, and it was like 13 or 14 foot tall. There's a look, just pulled out of the ground. A few more that fell off of it. Haven't even dug in there real good yet to see what's there. Yeah. Awesome stuff right there. Sunchokes. Get you some. Okay, let's do a quick reveal of what I've got in this bucket. What you're seeing me dump out in this crude fashion here. Okay, let me get in here. Just wanted to try to make this quick. There we go. Nothing else in the bucket. That right there is, let's say it's about 4 sunchokes right there. That is what 4 sunchokes have done. It's actually 2 or 3 really good sized ones, and one that was kind of runny. But what I started off with, okay, I started off with the sunchokes. Let's see. I started off with a few that were, I don't know. Let me see here. Let's just take this one, for example. This is a big one here. All right. This one here, the size of my hand, I had about that much sunchoke. Maybe these 2, okay? Small volume, right? That is the volume of sunchokes that it took me to make, I'm going to say 25 plants in that bed. I didn't dig all them up, just these. So about this much sunchoke material is what it took me to make 25 plants. Now look what I've got here off of, let's say, 4 of them on average. Like I said, really about 3, okay? I have got, let's say, 20 more plants up under the ground. 20 more harvests that are like this, or, you know. So what I'm saying is the amount of sunchokes that I put in the ground is maybe I got like 99 times that or more, way more. I don't know. I don't know what all lies beneath there. There's probably, gauging on how much this weighs, there's probably another 100 pounds. There's probably 100 pounds all totaled. Maybe only 50, but probably somewhere between 50 and 100 pounds of food from just a small handful of tubers. I've got the videos from that way back in the spring on my channel. You can go back and take a look and see what I've done. And what I did back then is all that I have done for these sunchokes. I have not done anything else. I haven't watered them. I haven't fertilized them. I have done nothing to those sunchokes. While I was in there digging around, I found something else. And don't know if I'm going to have it here or not. Well, I can't find it. It was a greenbrier. A greenbrier that had a little bit of a tuber on it, to show you. That's another wild food. But sunchokes are one of the plants that the Native Americans counted on. They grew this. It's hard to get more heirloom than sunchokes here in the southeastern United States. A lot of people love these. Yeah, don't see anything more. Okay, now these over here are a little bit different. These are the ones that I showed. These are the red fuchsia sunchokes. Now, don't let the size fool you, okay? These little things here, and let that be for all sunchokes, okay? Don't let the size of that right there fool you. Or the size of this. I had sunchokes growing from little bitty things like this right here, okay? And the red fuchsia sunchokes that I planted in that pot back in the spring, they were about the size of these. In the pot, they didn't do quite as well for different reasons, but they get big too, all right? These sunchokes, that's about average size, I guess. Some of them are going to get more massive than others, but it's a tremendous amount of food. And the red fuchsia sunchokes get big too. Those are just lots of seeds. I have a lot of those. And I have a friend of mine that has offered to help me out with this endeavor. She is going to donate more red fuchsia sunchokes to me and 2 more varieties of sunchokes. One of them is Red Rover, and the other one I'll put the link in the, or I'll put that up on the screen whenever I get back in the house. But it's 4 different varieties of sunchokes that I want to share with people in exchange for the donations to Granny Moreno. Now, and also a few other things. What I've got here in this little instant macaroni cup is a few beauty berries. Wonderful plant, and one of my little cayenne peppers there. I've got some seed from peppers that I can share. And again, lots of strawberry plants around here. I've talked a lot about my strawberry plants. Many people have heard of them. All right, let's take America. And I'm wanting to do this as fast as I can and as economical as I can. You know, I'm not made of money. None of us are. We're all made of the same thing. Flesh, bone, and circumstance and sheer will. And that's what makes us. All right. Here I am in Alabama. What I'm wanting to do is find whoever's interested in meeting up with me and getting some of this here pirate booty from that me and Wilson have grown here. Rare stuff that you can't find right now, especially if you are in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, maybe into Virginia, okay, back to Kentucky, Tennessee. Now, Granny Moreno lives here in Tennessee, right? So there are a lot of people here that local can help. Cat Without the Hat's coming in from South Carolina, I believe, or south or north, I'm not sure, but he's about 5 hours away, 5 or 6. But if you would like to meet me, I know Walsh Farms is on down here, but what I'd like to do is pick a meeting point with everyone that's interested in doing this, and then taking a swoop back in here to Granny Moreno's. Now, what I want to do along the way, I forget, I got to make this faster, is anyone that wants to meet me, if you've got a garden, if you've got seeds that you would like to share, bring your seeds with me. I will gather up the seeds of all of the people along the tour. We will put those seeds into a seed box. We'll take that to Granny Moreno, and we will let her go through there and see what she may want to grow on her homestead. The rest of them, we will raffle off. We will raffle off that seed box. The more contributions we get toward the seed box, maybe we can have 2 or 3. And that money will be raffled, or those, however much we can do, will be raffled off for Granny Moreno's fund. And there'll be, 1, 2, 3 winners, however many we can make. I'll also gather up some turmeric plants, whatever I've got left here, and maybe some cuttings off of some of my sweet potatoes. I can take a few cuttings off of my Egyptian longevity spinach there, and Wilson is going to sacrifice some of his hair for the cause too. So you come out and meet me and Wilson, and you can take a little baby Wilson home with you. That's what I'm talking about right now. Who is interested? That's what I want to know. So if this sounds like something you want to be a part of, let me know. Leave me a comment. Let me know what part of what state that you're in, and we'll see what we can do. It's got to be worth the effort to do all this driving. I'm thinking, I'm not sure how much would be minimum donation for what I'm going to bring out and everything right now. Just show me who's interested. And this will be the last video I do on this. And anything else, I'll just take up to Granny Moreno's, I guess. I'll take her some stuff. Thank you for watching, and thank you for participating if you do choose to.